The Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world, covering about 20% of the Earth's surface and 29% of its water surface area. It stretches between the continents of North and South America to the west and Europe and Africa to the east. Its total area is approximately 106.46 million square kilometers. That's 41.1 million square miles, and it has an average depth of about 3,646 meters. That's 11,962 feet. Geographical features: boundaries: west, bordered by North and South America; east, bordered by Europe and Africa; north, connected to the Arctic Ocean; south, blends into the Southern Ocean around Antarctica. The Atlantic Ocean has extensive continental shelves, particularly along the coastlines of Europe and North America. These shallow areas are rich in marine life. Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a major underwater mountain range running from the Arctic Ocean to near the southern tip of Africa. It marks the boundary between tectonic plates, where seafloor spreading occurs, making the Atlantic grow wider over time. The Atlantic has been the most important ocean in terms of human exploration and trade. From the voyages of the Vikings to the Age of Exploration, figures like Christopher Columbus and Ferdinand Magellan crossed the Atlantic in search of new lands and trade routes. The Atlantic Ocean played a central role in the transatlantic slave trade, the European colonization of the Americas, and the triangular trade routes between Europe, Africa, and the Americas. The Atlantic was a critical battleground during World War II, where German U-boats targeted Allied shipping. Currents and climate influence Gulf Stream. One of the most important ocean currents in the world, it originates in the Gulf of Mexico and flows toward Europe. The Gulf Stream has a warming effect on the climates of Western Europe. North Atlantic Drift, a continuation of the Gulf Stream, it further moderates temperatures in Europe, contributing to milder winters than other regions at similar latitudes. The Atlantic Ocean is notorious for hurricanes and tropical storms, especially in the North Atlantic Basin. These storms typically form off the coast of West Africa and gain strength as they move across warm waters toward the Caribbean and the eastern United States. The Atlantic Ocean is home to a wide variety of marine species, from fish like cod, haddock, and tuna, to marine mammals such as dolphins, whales, and seals. It also supports large fisheries, especially in the North Atlantic. Coral reefs and seamounts. While not as famous for coral reefs as the Pacific, the Atlantic still has important coral systems, particularly off the coasts of the Caribbean and Florida. The Atlantic Ocean is a key route for global shipping and trade, with major ports like New York, Rotterdam, and Hamburg along its shores. The Atlantic provides some of the world's most productive fishing grounds, particularly off the coasts of Newfoundland, Norway, and Iceland. There are significant oil and gas reserves under the Atlantic seabed, especially off the coasts of Brazil, West Africa, and in the North Sea. Like other oceans, the Atlantic is affected by pollution, including plastic waste and oil spills. The Atlantic plays a role in regulating the Earth's climate, but it is also impacted by rising sea levels, ocean acidification, and changes in fish migration patterns due to warming waters. The Atlantic is often divided into the North Atlantic and the South Atlantic based on its hemispheres, with the equator serving as the dividing line. The Atlantic Ocean's vast size, economic importance, and role in human history make it one of the most significant oceans on Earth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos. See you in the next one.